All Day and All of the Night by the Kinks. If you like this song and this tutorial, check out my tutorial for You Really Got Me, which was the song that inspired this one for the Kinks to get another hit. And it's based around a very similar power chord pattern. We're in the key of G here, and we're going to be moving from the F power chord to the G power chord. You could do this just over 2 strings, but I like to teach this and I prefer to play it with 3, because what we're going to do is then move to a 5th string power chord, which is a B flat, and using 3 fingers and then 2 makes for a much easier change. So what we're going to play is this. The idea is the little finger does not move string throughout all of this riff. If you played it over 2 strings, you're moving that finger down. You could play it with 3. With power chord songs, either 2 or 3 fingers is absolutely fine, or 2 or 3 strings. They're really interchangeable. It's personal preference. They don't really sound much different at all. This is just the way that I recommend. Either way, we have to play a G5 power chord, an F5 power chord, and a B flat 5 power chord. In this fashion, I'm going to play it like this. So F to G, so 1st fret to 3rd fret root note, and then back again, then F, B flat, 1, 2, 3 times, and then finishing on the G. If you're new to power chords, or that is just really bothering you and flummoxing you and it's really, really difficult, just try playing it on 1 string first of all, which would be the root note. And doing this with just 1 finger is a really great exercise in preparation for playing this same riff with power chords. So this would be 1st fret to 3rd fret, 3rd fret to 1st fret, 1st fret a string down 3 times, return into the G. And if you can do that, you're very close to being able to just work on that power chord shape a little bit more. And I would recommend doing it this way. That would take us through the intro and all the verses. After that section, we have a little strumming or kind of pre-chorus section. The only time I feel alright is by your side. And then we change chord again, but it's the same riff. Just moved a string down basically. So what happened there was we hit the B flat. So the B flat power chord we've already hit, to an F chord that we've already played. Then we slide this chord up to the 5th fret and the 7th fret, and then we play the exact same riff again, but imagining this is our... So before we were here, and then we just moved it 2 frets up, and then we play the same riff as that, but down a string again. It's really important to spot these patterns. So all in all, we play this riff in 3 positions. First position is between the 1st and 3rd fret. The next position is between the 3rd and the 5th fret. And then it's down a string from there, playing the F power chord in this case. So this is D power chord, D, C, C, F, 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 D. And this is an F power chord, the octave up from this one. A lot of people don't even realise you can play 4th fret root note power chords. We can't do this, we have to do that, just over 2 strings. All day and all of the night, I am doing some palm muting as well, but they're essentially all sections to this entire song. The guitar solo just goes over that, the opening riff just repeated. And those are all the different sections. We will cover the guitar solo, but let's just have a full playthrough of all those rhythms with the correct amount each time, so you have your guide through the song. And then I highly recommend jamming along to the original recording, jamming along to any live versions. It's the best way to learn these kind of songs. You've got to join in with the band. So starting on the F power chord, join in with me, nice and slow, in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. I'm not meant to be with you in the daytime. I want to be with you in all of the time. And we change. So B flat power chord in 2, 3, 4. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night. And repeat again. One thing I'm adding there is a little bit of percussion. Of course, the most important bit of that section is trying to know where you are. That can be so tricky for some people. But the extra thing that I'm adding is a hit always on beats 2 and 4. This isn't tabbed out and it's a personal preference. You could not play it. But when you're playing things unaccompanied, it's really good to hit that 2 and 4. Can end up becoming quite instinctive. All you do is just relax your fingers here, stay on the strings, and hit that, and it allows you to know where the beat is. It does make it a bit more fun to play when you're in the heavier sections. Let's have a look at the main solo now. So let's just cover the key components of this solo. We're starting off with a bend, and the whole start of this solo is based on the G minor pentatonic scale. So if you're not aware of that scale shape yet, and this bend, then study that first, because it's so crucial to get those concepts under your fingers before you go for this. When we move higher up the neck, it's exactly the same scale shape. Position 1 of the G minor pentatonic, because we're in the key of G, very, very common. To break it down, almost basically the same as the You Really Got Me solo up to that point. The difference being this little cycle of 3 lick. So we have this round of 3 where we're barring the middle 2 strings at the 3rd fret, picking string 4, hammering on at the 5th fret of string 4, and picking string 3. So the picking hand is just going string 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, and the 3rd finger is hammering on to give it that cycle of 3. Repeat, 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 and then... And that's the first phrase. Keeping that 3rd finger down and sliding up right up to the 17th fret. So after the slide up, New components are the bend and then holding down the thinnest string also with the first finger. This little bend up as well is a new technique. Returning to the little hammer on. One last playthrough. As we're moving up the neck, many people prefer, as I say, there's always options with power chords. So to do the last section, keeping to a 6-string root note or starting on a 6-string root note. So D, C, and F up here. It's the same move. Both are totally fine, and some people when they play here keep to a 5th string root note, so rather than the F here, play F up here. Find your personal preference with them. That's how to play All Day and All of the Night by the Kinks. Really fun to learn, and I hope you check out more lessons on my Andy Guitar YouTube channel and website right now.